What's up? Welcome back to computer science. What did we learn yesterday? Big picture overview, string formatting, F strings, string literals. We got the not escape sequence. We got the placeholder sequence, expression placeholder sequence field, replacement field. That's what it's called. The replacement field with the curly braces. Replacement field, also known as placeholder expression, I believe. So then we got the colon. What do you call that? It's like the formatting specifications. Within the formatting specifications, you got the sequence type. No, you got something type. Presentation type. What else do we have? I know we did some MSPs. I know we started the next unit. What was the next unit on though? So that would have been string formatting. So what would the next one be? What would the next one be logically? I don't know. I gotta check it out. Type conversions. That's right. Simple. Converting from one type to another. When you convert a float to an int, a little note is that you just drop the decimal. It's like rounding down to the nearest integer. So we got this str string that turns something else into a string, int and then float respectively. So implicit conversions when you're adding or when you're doing a mathematical operation, typically if you have one float, the answer is going to be float. So, all right, concatenating strings. Here we go. Where are the formatting strings? Here we are. Presentation type specifications. All right. That's pretty good. Let's continue in the textbook then. I'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, we finished up that that lecture 6, which was on string and output formatting, or formatting outputs. We started the next lecture, but not really, actually. We just started to outline it. We didn't even open the first unit. This is on if statements, it looks like. Lecture 7. Selection with the if statement. So that's interesting. This looks like we're getting into control structures now. So this would probably be getting more out of the very basics into more intermediate or advanced basics. So it looks like we're getting into control structure. I think if is a control structure. If I pull up the course objectives, it is concepts of software development process. Yeah, I mean, kind of. Correct usage of data types. Okay, wow, I think, yeah, we already learned a lot of that. Correct usage of control structures. So that's, yeah, I think we're, definitely getting into that. And then it's going to be functions, parameters, and then linear collections, correct usage of linear collections of data. It's crazy, we're already getting into lecture 7 now. Considering there's only 28 lectures total. But that is to say, the reading is a week ahead. So Monday we'll begin lecture 5. We'll do lecture 5 in class. If I'm right, if I'm correct on that. Yeah, yes. No, we'll do lecture 6 in class. Weird. Okay, anyway, I did some other labs or like mini programs, many small programs, so some small programs. One of them, we kind of just collected inputs, very, very simple. It's crazy how simple like 2 weeks ago was, because it's like lecture, or it's like reading textbook is due, and then that week is lecture. And then I think the next week is lab, and the week after that is due. The projects are due, so I don't know. I think at least 2 weeks ago. No, this would have been last week. Yeah, this would have been last week's stuff. Anyway, it's crazy how simple it is from back then, just a couple weeks ago. And then we created a calorie estimate calculator, calories burned based on age, weight, heart rate, time of exercise. So yeah, that's gonna do it for now. We'll be back later today for a little shorter session to end the week. So that's it for now. I will talk to you later today. Let's finish out the week for computer science. High level overview from earlier. What were we doing? Formatting strings, type conversion. What came after type conversion? Implicit conversions. Conversions. We're doing MSPs. Dang it, I don't know. What would we have been doing? Integers? No. Outputs? No. Lecture 7. It would have been lecture 7. What would lecture 7 be about? If statements. We haven't started it though. There we go. That's how you do it. If, else, branches, general. So I'll be back in a bit after I've continued working in the textbook a bit. Let's wrap up week 3. So we made a decent chunk through this. What was the section called? Something about if, else, if branches. So branches, it's like branch is a specific sequence of instructions that are only executed if the conditions say is true, or if certain conditions are met. So, branching decision trees, that's really what we're looking at. And so if is a control structure that if an expression is true, then it executes this specific sequence. If not, it just skips over. If else, very similar, except for if is not true, or if the expression is not true, then the else statement executes. And then you got if else, or if else statements, which basically check each if statement. For the first one, that's true, and then you can include an else at the end. If none of them of the if or else ifs were true, then the else will execute. You don't have to add that else though. So yeah, not necessarily if it's true, it's only if certain conditions are met. So that's it. We are about, looks nearly halfway through lecture 7, so good start on that. Tomorrow I'll definitely spend some time going through Canvas and just cleaning up for the week ahead, but we're officially 3 weeks into Computer Science 1, so something like nearly 30 hours, somewhere between 25 and 30 hours of learning already taking place. So definitely have developed skills. That's for certain. Definitely developed knowledge. A lot of the stuff I've seen before, but I never have used like an IDE before, so that was a huge step. And so yeah, that's it for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow at the beginning of week 4. See ya.